Yo, I've been here myself, having grown up surrounded by liberals all my life up until just a few years ago when the Lord blessed me with my wife. We moved to Florida. I'm out of the closet now. God bless America and home of the free because of the brave. So I can't wait to see how spot on JP is with this one.
Worldwide exclusive.
I've recently gone through a transition in my identity. You see, I spent the first 33 years of my life living a lie, not being true to who I really am. I was afraid because many in our society reject people like me, treat us like we're some kind of inhuman monsters. I spent most of my life thinking I was a liberal, but the truth of who I am is I'm trans-political. I've been a conservative trapped inside of a liberal's body all this time.
Oh my
goodness. And I
goodness.
am proud to be part of the trans-political conservative.
I hate how the trans society, the trans revolution, or just homosexual revolution, they stole the rainbow out of the Bible. We can't even enjoy the rainbow anymore without being affiliated with come on now, with the same-sex nonsense. You gotta love the picture of it. He went 33 years. I only went about 23, 24 years before I transitioned on over to the Conservative Party. But let's let JP finish, then I'll
The truth of who I am is I'm trans-political. I've been a conservative trapped inside of a liberal's body all this time. And I am proud to be part of the trans-political conservative freedom-loving community. The TPCFL community is growing every day. Millions of people are waking up and realizing they're no longer liberals, and probably never were, even though that's what society pressures them to be. Dear mainstream media, pop culture, and Hollywood, quit pressuring people to be something they're not. Being trapped inside the identity of being a liberal was confining and betraying. I was miserable pretending to be someone who I wasn't. I thought I had.
Notice the outfit changes that he has. He's rocking the camo, like it's complete satire. I love it, but he's the stereotypical camo. He's got the shirt with I assume that has to do with all the woke animal lovers. And I love animals. Don't ever touch a dog. Like, don't ever do any harm to a dog or a cat or anything like that. But he's out there riding the shark, and I assume that's a shot at the people that put animals above humans. Just saying. Y'all let me know, correct me in the comments if I'm incorrect about any of this, but come on, JP.
I wasn't. I thought I had to be a liberal. You know, everyone around me was. I started realizing my true identity as a conservative, but the liberal community doesn't accept trans political people like me. They're very transphobic. I was afraid I'd lose all my friends and my family would disown me. But I finally
exactly
found
what they
the courage
say we
to
are,
be my
they
true
are.
self. And since I've transitioned, I've never felt more free. But there's still challenges being part of the TPCFL community. I live in fear every day. Liberals see my people as being less than human. They're not safe to be around. They reject us, put us on blacklists, try to cancel us, and they accuse us of being exactly what they are. As hard as it is, it's...
You couldn't have nailed it more spot on than that. I have to pause with these guys because you can go watch the full video on your own, but I'm here to break it down, give my perspective, and just highlight what the golden points in this. Give this man a trophy, give this man an election with this one, right? With this statement right here.
Liberals see my people as being less than human.
They blacklist
They're
us,
not
they
safe
cancel
to be
us.
around. They reject us, put us on blacklists, try to cancel us, and they accuse us of being exactly what they are. As hard as it is, it's worth it. You know, like, I didn't want to keep dyeing my hair blue. And socialism started to not sound like such a good idea. It's like history started to seem relevant to me, where I could see every time socialism was implemented, it resulted in a horrific situation. Who I used to be in that community with regard to socialism, I just thought, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result would create a different result. That always made sense to me, as long as I didn't think about it. I used to wake up and think,
oh boy,
how can I be more obedient today? And then I turn on the news to find out what I think for the day. But as I accepted my true identity, I realized that who I am is a person that thinks for himself. And I couldn't go back. When I was a liberal, anytime I'd see a gun, I'd go under a fear response and my genitals would retreat upward into my body cavity. And we'd all just say, Why can't authorities with guns take everybody's guns for our protection? Now that I've transitioned, when I see a gun, I get aroused. Going through a political identity transition also involves massive hormonal shifts. Since I became self-responsible and brave, my testosterone levels have tripled. Back when I was someone who lived in fear all day, my estrogen levels were a lot higher. It's been a big hormone transition. Now I have the hormonal profile of a man. I love freedom, and I love America. How about that? That feels good to say. When I'm done praying, I end the prayer with the word amen, because that's the only word that makes sense. Being in the trans political community feels like home. I identify as someone who has personal sovereignty, God-given freedom, and respects the rights of my fellow man. Going to BLM rallies and peacefully throwing bricks through windows and lovingly burning down buildings just isn't the real me. I just hope that one day those of us who are in the trans political community can get the same rights that everyone else in our society has. It'll be an uphill battle. Liberals are one of the most bigoted and segregated groups you'll ever find. I mean, they won't accept anybody who's not just like them. They'll only associate with their own kind. They're very uninclusive to the trans political community. They're very hostile towards us. I love freedom. What can I say? It feels great to be who I really am. Do I have a message for other trans political people who are still living
Always welcome.
Yes. It's safe to come out and make the transition. You've got a community who loves you. You don't have to keep pretending that all police are bad. You don't need the government to protect you from what they tell you to be afraid of. And you don't need to keep living like a scared little obedient bitch. Be free. One more piece of breaking news, my freedom-loving friend. I want to tell you about 3...
Hold on, man. Y'all go show JP some love. Awaken with JP on YouTube. I'll link it down below. This man always comes correct. The ambiguity and the satire in his videos is untouchable. You can't compare to his level of just not only being informed, but the way he delivers it. I love it. I love everything he stands for. And if you didn't know, leftist viewpoints, they're great, right? Because I grew up, they're so great. Because I grew up a complete leftist. I grew up a single mother household. My mom, I would say now, after seeing how I operate and how I approach the world, some things I've done, and just my overall way I try to live my life in the good book. You know what I'm saying? My mom has started to lean conservative. I can't say I've got her fully onto this side yet, but the more she's around my wife and I, and the more we keep leading by example, I have a feeling we'll convert her all the way over, and she'll get out of the closet just like I did. So leftist viewpoints, they are great if you're anti-God of the Bible, if you're young and you have no responsibility. But once you get into the real world, how we actually have to operate, once you get into the real world and have people depending on your protection, depending on your hard work, depending on your due diligence, you'd be insane not to embrace being a full-on conservative, because they're for abortion. They got God out of the schools. Now, these are like far leftists. I'm not saying all liberals are like this, but it just really doesn't make sense to me how somebody can affiliate themselves with evil and say that we're the evil ones on the conservative side, because they kill babies. You know what I'm saying? They allow babies. Now, they might have different viewpoints as far as when you can kill a baby, but killing a baby at any point after conception, when that sperm meets the egg, that's killing a baby. Some of them, the real extreme leftists, as you know, believe you can kill them all the way up until their birth, like they're on Earth. You know what I'm saying? They're born. They're actually a human being. That could be your next president. That could be your next healthcare worker. That could be your next frontline military armed forces member. That could be a police officer. That could be a lawyer, a doctor, a cashier, anything. All people serve value. All people bring something to the table. And for somebody to think they have the ability to kill that for their civil rights, for their convenience, is completely just explainable, unfathomable, unacceptable, in my opinion. And then you got the gun stuff where they believe that if they take all your guns, they truly believe this. It's crazy, because I was in this mindset at one point where if the government takes your guns, if they take all the guns, there'll be no more crimes. Guns just are out here running rampant, running wild. Guns themselves are killing people, but they don't think of it that evil is always going to find a way to do evil. Bad people aren't going to register for guns. They're just going to go get the guns. Now, I don't know how they get them, but bad is always going to find a way to do bad, to get hold of the drugs, the alcohol, the guns, the violence, and it's going to happen. So if all of our guns are taken away from us, from most people that own guns legally are good gun-toting patriots. They're just people that want to protect their household, protect their family, just like you lock your doors at night, just how we protect our borders. We don't want intruders coming in. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing racist about it. There's nothing anti-people about it. It's just safety precautions because they're acknowledging there's evil in the world. So taking guns is going to do nothing. But if we ever get an all leftist government, they could easily just come ransack your house, take everything you got, and you can't defend yourself. There'd be no civil war, nothing like that, because your guns are now taken. We need the right to bear arms. It's in the Constitution for a reason. We have that right to defend our homes, to defend our freedoms, our God-given free will. Our society is based on freedom. Home of the free because of the brave. All the freedoms, the ability to talk how I talk, to react to videos I do, for JP to do what he does, for you to do what you do, is because of our brave men and women out there fighting, that have fought years and years. That our Constitution was found on Christian values, on God-given values. And leftists took that out of the schools. We can't sing hymns anymore. We can't pray in school. We can't learn about God of the Bible. They changed the before Christ is now BCE, before Common Era. No, Jesus is real. God is real. In the beginning, God. Not in the beginning, dirt. Not in the beginning, bang. Nothing like that. If there's a big bang, where's the big banger? I can go on a rant all day long, and I know I'm getting way off tangent, but what I'm trying to say is this is funny until it's not funny. This is funny until we can't let it happen. We can't ever let the society go completely liberal, completely woke, keep promoting these ideologies of dishonesty, enhancing the devil, assaulting God in the biblical worldview. We can't do it. Idols that are put on these pedestals in Hollywood and on TV, on the news, they're used to substitute a lack of relationship with God. The message they're promoting isn't it. It's not right. It's evil. It's dishonest. And when Jesus isn't at the center of our lives, then we lean left, we lean right, we fall into this realm of out of control. That's what happens. That's what we're seeing now. Chaos. Vladimir Putin, we got the Hitlers of the world back in the day, we got Stalin, we got all these different evil people that have walked this earth because Jesus, God, and the Bible is not the center of our lives. Our foundation is built, some people's foundation is built on sand. So when that evil comes, when that wind blows, when the storm comes, blows the house down, society goes nuts. Build your foundation on what you know to be true. The basic instructions before leaving Earth. So I love reacting to these videos because I get a laugh out of it. Then I get to rant on it and tell y'all where conservatives are coming from. Real conservatives. I'm not saying Republican, Democrat. I'm saying conservative versus liberal. There's a difference. Evil, a whole lot of good. Now I'm not saying nobody's perfect. Just Jesus was perfect. Let's be straight on it. But if you lean conservative, you're far more adept to lean towards what's in this right here than killing babies, than taking guns and freedoms and all of the craziness that the liberal ideologies promote. Now, you can't transform from a man to a woman and vice versa, but you can trans from a liberal to a conservative. I've done it. You can do it. That's what needs to happen for us to start making progress, for us to start seeing peace and to stop seeing all this evil and chaos that Satan is embracing right now. He's lurking in the dark, clapping round of applause, because he doesn't really have to do too much. Everybody's just acting a fool, going with their own ways when the path has already been set. The foundation's been built. Live your life through this. Look to this. Look through Jesus, and that's how you get peace and love and prosperity. Lean conservative. Trust me, I've been there. I've experienced it. That's where it's at. The left and all the news media and the craziness that's promoted is not it. That's not going to get us anywhere but deep, dark depression, anxiety, death. That's what it leads to. All of my people, my freedom fighters out there, my real patriots, my supporters, everybody, I love y'all. Comment below. Let's have a conversation. What do you think? How do you think JP laid it out? I think it was brilliant. I loved it. I laughed about it, and then I got to get serious with it as well. So subscribe, like, notification bell if you're new. Let me know anything I need to downstairs in the comments section. If you want to support the channel, you can always join the Patreon family. You can buy me a coffee, or you can donate on PayPal. You don't have to do any of that at all. If you just showed up to rock out, to tune in and have a little laugh and a little debate and conversation with me, I appreciate you. So for right now, I love y'all. Godspeed. I'm gone.